Alright guys, welcome back, and I hope you are excited to start now with the JavaScript part. In the last video we built this interface, and now we are gonna actually deal with some JavaScript in here. So the first thing that we will do is actually make in here this date dynamic to show the exact date that you are watching this, that you are writing this. So let's go in here into Visual Studio Code. The first thing I'm going to do in my index.html is, let's just first of all create the file. File, new file, and I'm going to save it as, let's just call it main.js. Okay, you can give it whatever name you want. Now in here at the bottom, just before the body, I'm going to type script, and the source is going to be main.js. To see if this file is working, the first thing I'm going to do is a console.log. This is just to make sure that we can see what is in here. Alright, so I'm going to testing. Okay, I'm just going to do a testing in here. I'm going to open in here the developer tools, right click, inspect on the page, or you can press F12. Go in here to the developer tools. Don't forget to refresh the page. This is important. And look, we got our console.log in here. If you don't know what console.logs are for, they are just like for this, for testing, for debugging, to help you make sure that your code is working. Right, so we got this one done. The first thing that I would like to do is start a variable for the date. So I'm gonna start in here with a let today, for example, is gonna be equals to a new date. This is the way that JavaScript lets you start a date, okay? So I'm gonna start a date, and I'm gonna start something like this. I'm gonna do console.log so you can see. Console.log, and let's put in here today, which is this variable that we just created, okay? This new date, like I said, is coming from JavaScript, is an object from there, so don't worry too much about this. It's just gonna grab you the date. Let me just see what's coming on the browser. Let's refresh and look. Tuesday, August 20. So this is the day 20. This is the day of the week, the month. This is the time that I'm recording these. So you will see these in a second. All right. Okay, so we got this. If I wanted, for example, just the month, I could do let m, for example, for month. I could do today dot get month, and now let's just do a console dot log for this m. Okay, m is just short for month. If you want, you can just like write month, and look, 7. Okay, it comes in here 7. What month we are at the moment at the time of this recording is August. All right, but JavaScript will give you the number of the month based upon an array, okay? And the arrays, they start with the index of 0, if you already know about arrays, okay? So you start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so ever. So you will see that the month, for example, December, that should be, for example, 12. In here from JavaScript is going to come as 11 because it's the last one. We are counting from 0, okay? So look what we can do in here now. I could start, let me just get rid of this console.log. Let me just do this console.log. We could create something like let month, okay? It's a variable called month. It's going to be equals to a new array, okay? You could start a new array. This is an option that you have on JavaScript, or you could just like do something like this. This is a new array and it's completely empty. I'm just showing you the different ways that you can actually start an array. So I'll leave this one just so you guys know something different. And now that I have the new array, this is like an empty array, month. I'm going to push some values inside of this array. So I'm going to say that month, the first index, okay, the first one, what's going to be inside of there? I want that inside of there is going to be January. All right. And I'm just going to copy paste all of these so it's going to be a bit faster. Actually, I have it in here on the side, so I'll just paste it. All right, so we got month 1. Okay, month 0 is going to be January. Month, not month 0. This is the index of the array. So the first index of the array is going to be January. The second index is going to be February, and so on. And look, so this one in here is going to be 11. It's going to be December. Now, look, if I do this one in here, what can I do? Let month, this one today, get month. I could actually do month, let m equals to, let me just get rid of this. I could do, oops, let me just undo. Yeah, so this is going to give us the month 7. Okay, not month but the index like we have in here. So if I try to do a console.log of month, this is the array, with this index of m, okay, let me just go in here, paste it, and let's see what's coming up on the screen. I'm gonna refresh and look, August. All right, that's it. There's nothing too complicated. Just have to know about these indices in the arrays. Okay, so let's carry on with our application. So I got this one. Now let me just get rid of these. What I want to do is now create the date. So let date, this is the name of the variable that I want. I'm gonna say today dot get date. Okay, and I'm gonna do this, today get date. This is gonna give us like the day, and then I'm gonna put some empty space. Then look, I'm giving in here, this is the empty space with a string. Then I'm gonna put the month like we seen before. This month m we're passing in here as an index, is gonna give us whatever is in here, plus let's give it maybe like a comma, and after just a space, a comma and a space, and after we can give it the year. So today dot get full year. All right, this, guys, this is all from JavaScript. Okay, this is embedded in JavaScript. This get full year, this get date, this new date, this is all from JavaScript. This is the way that you can actually start and get some dates. Okay, so I'm not inventing anything in here. Right, so we got this part. Let's just see what is it coming on our console.log. Let's log this date. I'm gonna refresh the page, and we got 20 of August of 2019. This is today. All right, this is the way that you can get the current date. Okay, I got everything in here explained. Right, so now the next thing I want to do is actually passing this in here where it says August, that we initially just like typed. It was like hard coded. Where was it? Let me go in here at the top. Here it is, August. So I give it a class of date. So let's go to our main.js. What I'm gonna do is document, okay, dot get elements by class name, because I give it a class name. All right, class name is date. And because the class names can be a lot of different classes, this is not ID, we actually want to select the first one that comes on the page. Okay, this is how you select class names. Okay, you need to select if it's the first class, the second. This is the first instance of the class date that comes on the page. That's why I need to put in here these brackets. It's like an array. Okay, and then I'm going to say that I want the text content inside of this class to be equals to date. This one that we just calculated in here. Let's refresh the page. Let's see what's going to happen. Refresh. Bam. Okay, 20th of August 2019. Right, we got this one out of the way. So now what I want to do is, if I'm going to type down some numbers, I want something to happen. All right, and how you can do this is this way. You can do document dot get element by ID, and the element by ID that I want to grab is this one, because this is where we are going to write down our code. Okay, and this one, if I go back, is this part. Okay, this input with the ID of main unit, because this is going to be your main unit where you're going to type down something and it's going to be converted after. So ID main unit. All right, so main unit, and we're gonna do a add event listener. Okay, and let me show you something that's gonna happen in here. I'm gonna put a key press, because I want something to, when you're gonna press a key, and after you press the key, we're gonna run a function, okay, that we are just going to create now. Okay, let's give it a bit of space. What I want to do is, whatever we type down in here, I want to log it in here on the console.log. So I will do, first of all, I will do let, for example, m, let's say. You can give it whatever, I'm just going to put let m like for main unit, okay? And don't worry, look, this is the same name that is in here. But since we are starting this variable inside of this function, look, this function in here, this variable only lives inside of here, okay? This is all about scoping in JavaScript. So don't worry if the variables is with the same name. If you want to give it another name so you don't get confused, is up to you. So I will give it in here, document, okay? Document.query selector. And what I'm gonna select first of all in here is our main options. So I'm going back, look, main unit options. We got this select, okay? I want to know which is our unit, the temperature unit. Is it Celsius? Is it Kelvin? Is it Fahrenheit? So this is the first thing that I want to know. So I'm gonna do query selector, and it's gonna be main unit options. Look, I did in here a query selector for this. This is just to show you. I could do as well get elements by class name date. So this is just another way, okay? Just to show you that there are different ways to target elements. So we selected in here the first thing, and I'm gonna do a console.log, and I'm just gonna do m. Okay. I'm gonna refresh the page. I'm gonna type something. Look, it gives us, I'm gonna do a bit more zoom. It gives us our select. You see all of the things. So let's get rid of this one. The next thing I want to do is check what's the value selected. So I'm gonna put let, for example, main unit is gonna be equals to this value, okay, not this value, but this element that we just selected, which is going to be the select m dot, and then I'm going to put options. I'm going to pass m dot selected index, and then I'm going to do dot text content. So in here, first of all, we are selecting the select, then we go into the options and we get the text content of the selected option. That's why we got in here the m selected index. And then I'm gonna also put two lower case. All right, I'm gonna do a console.log this one. Okay, let's refresh. I'm gonna select Kelvin. I'm gonna type something and look, Kelvin. Okay, and look, I'm gonna do Fahrenheit. I'm gonna press, look, Fahrenheit in here has F capital, and when we are getting on the console.log, we got all in lowercase. That's why we are using these two lowercase. All right, so this is the way that whenever you are typing down, you can actually see what's the option that you have selected. Okay, we got this one sorted as well. I'm gonna get rid of these. I'm gonna do exactly the same thing for this part, okay, for this select and for this input. So I'm gonna start let s for secondary. I'm gonna do a document. I'm just gonna copy this one. I'm gonna paste it in here, document.query selector, and then I'm gonna put second unit options. So if you go back to index.html, we got in here our primary section and we got the secondary section. And I want to get these, I want to get the second unit options. So this one, second unit options. I'm going to show this one, all right? So we got second unit options. Now let's grab the value. So I'm going to put let second unit is going to be equals to, now this time is going to be s. I'm just going to copy these because it's going to be exactly the same. Okay, we got s.options, s.selected index, .text content to lowercase. So all of these is fine. So we got the second one. Now I actually want to know, now this value that I type in here, I want to grab it. So let's do this. I'm gonna type let number typed, for example, and I'm gonna do a document dot get element by ID, and the ID of this element, look, if we go, this is the main unit where we are typing. I want to grab whatever value you are typing in there. I want to grab it, so I'm gonna put it here at main unit. Okay, main unit, and then I'm gonna put dot value, because this is the way that you grab values. Dot value. This is the way that you grab values from inputs. So let's just log this. I'm gonna log these. Okay, let's put this one in. Let's refresh this. I'm gonna type 2, and look what says in here. Uncaught type error, cannot read the property value of null, main.js 30. First of all, look, this is wrong. We are getting an element by ID. I put, this should be an ID, so I don't need this dot because this is a class, so this was like an error. Okay, let's go back. Let's refresh. I'm gonna type, for example, 2, and look, nothing happened. This is all empty. If I press now, for example, 3, now it's getting 2. What was before? I'm gonna put 4. Look, now it's grabbing 23. What's wrong in here? So if we go back in here at the top, when we press this add event listener key press, basically, when we are listening to this kind of key press, it means that you press a key and this code is running so fast that it doesn't grab anything that's around here. So what you actually want to do instead of the key press is you want to put key up, all right? Key up like this, because you want to type something, and when you actually release your finger from the keyboard, that's when this is going to run because your code is already there. Let's see now if this is working like this. So I'm going to press 2. Look, now 2 is in here. I'm going to press 4. We got 24. I'm going to press 5. 2, 4, 5. All right. And this is how it should work. Okay, so now we can grab this value. Let's see also something in here that this is very important. No, I'm gonna cover this after. I think it's better. Let's go back now. So we can actually check this value, and also check this value. So we have everything we need to actually start converting this. So the first thing that I will do is let's go back in here. So we got the let main unit. So like I said, this is going to select if it's going to be Celsius, Kelvin, Fahrenheit. Let's just convert, for example, from Celsius to Kelvin. The first thing, if you go to Google and you press Celsius to Kelvin, Google will actually give you like the formula. So the formula, it will be the Celsius plus 273.15 is going to give you the number in Kelvin. Okay, so this is what we will do now. Let's go and let's just get rid of this console.log. I'm going to do an if statement. If, okay, the main unit, which is this value, whatever we are selecting around in this select. If main unit is going to be equals, I'm just going to put a triple equals to make sure that is exactly the same. Okay, like the same is going to be a string and is going to be exactly the same name. It's going to be equals to Celsius. All right. It means that we have this part selected. This is what we will do. Also now inside of this if, I'm going to put this also if second unit is going to be equals to, for example, Kelvin, okay, and this is exactly the situation that we have. What we will do is we will do document, okay, dot get element by ID, and the element by ID that we want is the second input. Look, this second unit with the ID of second unit. Let me show you on the page, this one. So we are going to grab this ID, okay, second unit, this is the ID, like this. I think that's what we have. Let me go back and second unit, okay, this is the ID. Now I want to grab the value, and this value is going to be equals to what? Okay, it's going to be equals to what? Like I said, we are grabbing this value. This is going to be our Celsius, and from the formula here on Google, from Celsius to Kelvin is going to be Celsius, whatever number you have. Look, if I put in here 1, it's going to change in here to 1. If I put 2, it's going to go in here. So the formula is Celsius plus 273.15. So the number typed, this is what we grabbed from before. Whatever number you type, this is our Celsius, plus 273.15. Okay. I will refresh. No, in here I will refresh. I will do, for example, 1. Look, now this is what's happening. You go from 1 Celsius and it gives us 1273 Kelvin. This is completely wrong, because if you go to this formula, you press 1 and gives you 274.15. And now let's see why this is wrong. This is wrong because whenever you grab this number typed, okay, let's just console.log it again. Console.log this number. Okay. All right, let's refresh. I'm going to put 256. Look, 256. This value that is coming from the input is going to be actually a string. Okay, this is all about data types in JavaScript. So if you are trying in here in this formula to join a string, a piece of text with a number, okay, this may look like a number for you, but is actually a string. I'm going to show you. Look, I'm going to put number typed plus 3. So let's see, I'm going to type the number 1 plus 3. It should give us 1 plus 3 should give us 4. Let's just refresh. Look, if I press 1, it's going to give us 13. This is because JavaScript is actually trying to join these two things. It's grabbing a number 1 plus 3, the number, and it's going to say, okay, I don't know what to do. I'm going to just like join them as a string, all of it. So what can we do about this? Look, I can actually do another console.log. I'm going to put in here type of. And this type of, let's see if this is, this is not like this. This is type of, like this. I'm going to refresh. Look, I'm going to press 1 and look. The type of this value that comes from this input is a string, okay? So this is not exactly working as supposed. So we need to convert this value in here that comes as a string. We need to convert it to a number so we can do some math operations with it. So after this, what I will do is to convert a string to a number in JavaScript, what we will do is number typed, okay, this value that we already grabbed is going to be initial as a string, and then we will convert it to a number like this, parse int. So we will convert it, we will parse it to an integer with this function from JavaScript. This is a function from JavaScript, and then we will pass it in here whatever we want to. Okay, so we will parse this value from before. This is what we put in here, and we say that the new number type is going to be equals like this. Okay, let's console.log after to see what happens. I'm going to refresh and I'm going to press 2 and look. Okay, something is not working fine. We got number typed. Okay, let's see if I refresh the page. Let me just see if I did something wrong. We got string. Okay, so I got something wrong. Let's see what's wrong in here. Okay, look. There is a typo in here. Number. This is not number. This is number typed. Number. Okay, number typed. All right, now it should be all fine. If I refresh, I press 2 and look. First time we get it as a string, and then we convert it with this parse int, and after is a number. So now this should work fine. Let's just try it out. I'm going to refresh. I'm going to press 1, 274.15. 274.15. Working fine. I'm going to press 2, 275.15. 275.15. Okay? I'm just going to put a bit of zoom if you are not sure. Maybe like this you will see better. Okay? So all of this is working fine. Now let's go from, we go already from Celsius to Kelvin. Let's go from Kelvin to, from Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay, so from Fahrenheit, I'm going to do else if, and I'm going to say the second unit is going to be equals, okay, triple equals, make sure that everything is fine. Make sure that we have a string, and this is exactly string, like I said before, Fahrenheit. And what we will do is, I'm just going to copy this because it's going to be exactly the same thing. Just the formula is going to be different. So if you go back to Google, now I want from Celsius to Fahrenheit. Look, this is the function. So I'll grab the function. I will paste it in here. Look, this is the number typed. Okay, this is the Celsius. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to paste it around here. Get rid of this. And now we got, we need to put in here a times 9 divided by 5 plus 32. Okay. And let's try it out. So I'm going to say 1 Celsius is going to be to 33.8 Fahrenheit. Okay. Make sure that you refresh your page. I'm going to select Fahrenheit. I'm going to press 1 and look, 33.8. Let's do, for example, 5. Okay, 5 Celsius is 41 Fahrenheit. So I'm going to put 541. Okay, 41. Exactly the same. So this is working. Now, let's just cover something else. Let's put the else. The else one is going to be, let me just copy this. If this value is not going to be Kelvin or is not going to be Fahrenheit, it means that it's going to be Celsius. That's the only option left. I want that whatever value you put in here, for example, 5 is going to be equals to 5. 5 Celsius is going to be equals to 5 Celsius. Okay? So I'm just going to put document.getElementById. Second unit value is going to be equals to whatever number you type. Okay? Let's refresh. I'm going to put 5. Oops, you need to put Celsius. Okay? I'm going to put 1. Let's refresh. Okay? I'm just going to put Celsius. I'm going to put Celsius. I'm going to put 1. What's wrong in here? Document.getElementById, second unit. Maybe the problem is because I didn't save the file. Alright, so let me just go back. Let me refresh the page. Let's go Celsius. Let's go Celsius. I'm going to put 5. 5 equals to 5. Okay, I'm going to put 6. 6 equals to 6. I'm going to put 10. 10 equals to 10. Alright, so this first conversion from Celsius to Kelvin, Fahrenheit or Celsius is working all fine. Let's go back and now on this if, after we're going to put else if now the main unit, let me just copy this code, is going to be instead of Celsius, I'm going to put Kelvin. Okay, now if main unit equals to Kelvin, and then look, I'm just going to copy this part. If the second unit is going to be, for example, from Kelvin to Celsius. Kelvin to Celsius. I'm going to get the document.getElementById, second unit, the value, and now let's grab the function. So from Kelvin to Celsius, this is the function. All right. So I'm going to paste it in here. Look, it's going to be Kelvin. This is the number that we typed, okay? Minus 273.15 is going to give you the value in Celsius. So let's try it out. Get rid of this. I'm going to refresh. I'm going to go from Kelvin to Celsius. I'm going to do, for example, 5. Okay? Nothing is happening. So we got second unit. We got Celsius. There is some typo. Right, now it should work fine. So Kelvin to Celsius, I'm going to press 5 minus 268.15. Let's see if it's the same. Minus 268.15. Let's try 8. 265.15. 265.15. So it's working fine. And as you can see, now this is going to be like a rinse and repeat. It's going to be exactly the same. So I will put in here now, for example, for the rest. So I'm just going to copy what I have in here. So if the second unit now is going to be Fahrenheit, we're going to update the value of the second unit with this function. Also grabbed from Google itself, okay, from here. So from Kelvins to Fahrenheit, this is the function. Look, 9 divided by 5 plus 32. 9 divided by 5, 32. And then, of course, if it's not one of the other, it's going to be the exact same amount. And finally, we just have something for the Fahrenheit, which, let me just copy, is just exactly the same. Let me just paste it. This could be even like an exercise for you. If you don't want to copy me, just try by yourself and then see if you can come up with something. Alright, now there's just something else that I would like to do in our application before we finish, which is, for example, if I have in here a 2 and I'm doing Celsius to Kelvin. Let's say that I'm going from Celsius, or now I decided I want to go from Fahrenheit to Kelvin. If I press something, it's not going to be exactly the same. You see, we need to reset these values that whenever we are changing these. So what we can do for that is, first of all, select all these selects, this select and this select. And for that, I'm going to give them a class of reset, for example. Okay. reset in here, and I'm gonna give it another class of reset. I'm just giving this name because I want to reset the value. I will do first of all document dot query selector all, and I'm gonna do reset. Okay, and now all of these I want to come from an array, okay, because this is not going to be an array, this is going to be an object. So array.from, I want to convert these to an array, so I can use a dot for each. Okay, for each is going to go for each one of these elements, this one and this one. And what we will do is I'm going to do a select. This is just a name that I'm coming up to. You can come up with whatever name you want. This select is like a placeholder. I could put in here potatoes, okay? And this potato is going to be, okay, the first round that this is going to select the first one, and then the second round is going to select this one, okay? I'm going back to select. This is the one that I want to put the name. We're going to run a function, and this function, what we'll do is, let's go back in here. I want to select, okay, dot add event listener, okay, and the event listener is going to be change. Okay, so whenever you change from this to this or whatever, okay, this is the event change. It's going to do this, going to do this function. And this function, what we'll do is document.get element by ID. I'm going to grab, first of all, the ID with the main unit, okay, with the value equals to an empty string. And now I'm going to do exactly the same thing for the second unit, okay, set it up to 0. So whenever we change this main unit, okay, in here, and this one, it should reset to empty. Let's just refresh. I'm going to try, for example, 43. Let's say that now I want to change from Celsius to Fahrenheit. Something didn't work. So let's see what we got. We got query selector all, we got reset, and we are missing a dot for selecting the class. Okay, let's refresh. Let's test it one more time. 43. Let's change from Celsius to Kelvin, and look, it's already gone. Let's see, I'm gonna put Fahrenheit. I'm gonna type something. I'm gonna go change to Celsius, and that's it, all gone. Alright guys, as you can see, this is an amazing application that you can build. Put it online, you can place some ads on it, get some revenue from it, put it on your portfolio website as well. Now, the next challenge that I would like to put for yourself would be to, look, we have in here at the top something like temperature. You could actually now select another one for currencies, for length. Whenever you do a change in here, look, we just learn how we can handle these kind of things. Look, whenever there is a change on this select, just do a function for it to select this one. On a change, it's going to change, for example, all this content. And this content is going to be just for a currency, for example, to change from dollars to euros or from dollars to pounds. Could be the same, for example, from length, from kilometers to miles. It's up to you. Come up with something like this. I would like to see some projects like this coming from my students, okay? And I will even give it a look. If you guys want to, just put it down in the comments. And that's it, guys. You know, you have brilliant minds. I'm just like teaching you how to fish so you can feed yourself for the rest of your life. And I hope you guys really like this project. So if you like it, make sure to leave a comment in here to say if you like it. Give me a review, give me a thumbs up. And that's it, guys. That's it for this project, and I will see you in the next one.